Hello everyone and welcome to the class. My name is Audrey and today's reading lesson we will be talking about the legalization of drugs. Okay, the legalization of drugs. So we are going to first discuss a little bit while we introduce ourselves, get to know everybody's opinion just a little bit, and then we will take a look at an article. And after we read the article, we'll have a chance to discuss our opinions again. Okay, so go ahead and join the chat, and we'll get started here in a few moments. It looks like we're just about full already. How is everyone today? Nice to see you.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, Audrey.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Okay, let's go ahead and start with our introduction. So, as I said before, today's reading article is about the legalization of drugs. This particular article is talking about Latin America, so some countries in Latin America that are taking steps to legalize drugs, or at least go in that direction. So for our introductions, I'd like you to tell us your name, where you're from, and tell us a little bit about what's going on. Luz Marina, I'm going to mute your microphone because there's a little bit of noise coming from your microphone. Is that okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so tell us your name, where you're from, and tell us a little bit about what's going on in the way of drugs in your country. Okay, so I'll start just to give you an example. My name is Audrey. I'm from the US, and as some of you might know, just recently marijuana has become legal in the states of Colorado and Washington in the US. And this can be a very controversial subject, especially because marijuana is actually illegal federally, but it's legal in some particular states. So it can cause a conflict. As far as the Obama administration, they generally take a position of there are more important things to worry about. So they're not really very adamant about processing people federally. But that's what's going on in the US. We'll go next to Frankie. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good, nice to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Italy.
Okay, good. So tell us a little bit about what's going on in Italy.
Alright, about drugs. Here are illegal, but in some places in Europe it's legal. Like I think in Amsterdam it's legal, you know. But here it's illegal. But I think, you know, here like bad organization are taking profits of drugs. So I think maybe I don't know, legalization can solve this problem. I don't know.
Okay, good. So you think that legalization may be a good option, a possible option?
I think yes, in some cases. I think like you can't legalize something that's really bad for our health, but I mean like drugs, you can legalize them because if you states sell them, maybe bad organization are going to take less profits, you know. I think this. Really.
Yes, okay, good. So that's a good opinion. We'll go next to Gustavo. How are you today?
Very well, thank you, Audrey. Well, about that issue, that topic about the drugs, here is illegal. Here is illegal all kind of consumptions of drugs. But I think that marijuana should be legal. because it's the
Okay.
more natural drug, uh, and I think that
Okay, good. So you think that it might be helpful to legalize marijuana?
yes, I think that there isn't any problems with the legalization of marijuana because many people in my country consume marijuana and sometimes very exposed. And yes, I think that
Okay.
Audrey.
Okay, very good, very good. So let's go next to Hamdi. How are you today?
Hello, Audrey, how are you?
Good, nice to see you.
Thank you very much. I am Hamdi from Egypt, and the topics is
Yes, the topic is about drugs and drug legalization. So tell us a little bit about how that works where you're living now, or maybe in Egypt as well.
yeah, it is totally illegal. Egypt or in Saudi, it is illegal to cultivate or to trade in. This is illegal.
Right, right. And we're talking about possible legalization. So is that even a topic that might be coming in the future in your Saudi Arabia or Egypt?
No, I disagree totally with this opinion. Something is destroyed the human being. Why we are cultivate or trade? Something is destroying the human being, destroy their minds, their bodies. Why should we cultivate or trade? So
Okay,
I
good.
disagree. Yeah.
So we might have some opposing views because Frankie and Gustavo had said that maybe it would be
So what's the
positive to
benefits?
legalize.
What's the benefits?
Tell
What's
us
the
a
benefit?
little bit. What do you think, Frankie? What are the benefits of legalizing drugs?
Well, I think criminal organizations here are taking profits of selling drugs. So if we legalize the things, maybe less people are going to take drugs. I think this just I don't think drug is a right thing. It's wrong and it's even bad for our health. But I mean, but organizations are taking really, really good profits of it, and I don't think this is good. I just think we should legalize them to take to not to let the bad organization take profit of it.
Yeah, make a profits on the people's body. That's not the profits. Yeah,
No, I
Right.
mean,
not the way.
here there are bad organization like criminal organization which take profits of selling drugs. So if we legalize them, they are not going to sell them anymore. The state is going to sell them. I think that could
State
be a right thing.
going
Yeah.
to sell drugs.
I
This is in
mean,
Italy.
no, this is
It's very funny.
possible. No, you're talking about that.
Right. So maybe not the state selling them, but the state has some regulations over them
Yes, yes.
if they become legal. So I think that's what Frankie is saying is that right now, there are no regulations because it is completely illegal. So only the bad organizations have the
Yes,
power.
yes. Yes, that's what I mean.
Okay, yeah. So we'll get into that further after we discuss the article. I want to make sure that everybody has some time. But it sounds like we might have a good debate afterwards, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's go to Luz Marina. How are you?
Fine, teacher, and you?
Good. Nice to see you again today.
Thank you, teacher. I'm from Luz Marina, I'm from Colombia, and I live in Medellin. And all the body knows what is the problem with our country, because in my country there are many problems with the drugs. And I think the same, frankly, because it's a business. And what remember in other time was the alcohol was
Prohibited.
prohibited. Yes. Then when the open the ways that sell this substance, all the things change, and I think will be the same situation with the drugs, because it's a big business, and it's very important for many people and destroys the mind, and it's terrible because destroys the mind and the life. But it's possible, for example, Gustavo says, talk is and the marijuana is a natural product, yes. But when you prove marijuana, you take care, because it's possible to open your incomes, and when you open your incomes, is you need our right, because you can found many things about your behavior on the when you was child.
Yes, okay, very good. So what you were saying before was maybe that you do agree with the legalization of drugs because it can be similar to alcohol, when alcohol used to be illegal. And they made it legal, and there weren't too many problems, and now people are okay with alcohol being legal for the most part. Okay, very good. We'll go next to, we have Elias. How are you?
Uh, Hello. Hi everybody. I want just to say I'm very beginner in English, so I must talk less than the other. I am from Algeria. In Algeria, drugs and alcohol beverage, you can say that it's illegal. I don't think solution is to to allow to sell drugs in a pharmacy or something like that, because I think it will increase the problem. Solution is not to authorize uh, authorize drugs or something like this. I think it's to find to eradicate misery and poverty.
Okay, good. So maybe you think that the solution is not to legalize it, but instead to educate people
Yes.
about it. Okay, very good. Good
I'm sorry for my
opinion.
English, huh?
No, you're very good. Don't worry. Okay, next we have Naye. How are you?
Fine, teacher.
Good, nice to see you. Where are you from?
Um, I am Nayeli Leon. I'm from Mexico City. About the problem, the drugs in my country is the most important problem here. Um, in the before government of Felipe Calderon, he tried to to fight or combat this problem, but um, mm, now continue. I think the solution is to educate um, um, to the childrens or people about it, because with with um, with arms or shoots, can't be the solution. I think that.
Okay, good. So you're in agreement with our last classmate who says that maybe education is the answer.
Yes.
So,
Okay, very good, very good. Was there a question? Okay, we'll go to Renata. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, teacher. And you?
Good, nice to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Okay, great. And would you like to comment a little bit on this problem in Brazil?
Yeah, this problem in Brazil is really common, like in Mexico, Colombia, maybe it's totally legal in drugs in Brazil, but actually is the biggest problem we are facing now in Brazil.
Okay,
Okay.
good. And what do you think the solution should be?
I don't know, maybe education, maybe I don't know.
Do you think that legalization of drugs is a good idea?
No, that is not a good idea because, by the way, illegally drugs causes most criminal people things like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So thank you for sharing your opinion. Next we have Rosa Maria. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I'm
Good.
from
Where are you
Spain.
from?
I'm from Spain, and in my country, the drugs are illegal too. But I don't know who, but someone says alcohol is legal and tobacco is legal too. But there are drugs. Can you hear me?
Right. So those other drugs, yes, I think we might have lost you
Okay.
for a second, but you had mentioned alcohol and tobacco were legal, but other drugs not. So do you think that legalizing those other illegal drugs is a good solution to the drug problem?
Maybe. Why not? If you have a great law, okay, with the legal drugs, maybe can be best because the people can know the world or can know other things.
Okay, good. So maybe it could be a good solution. Let's go next. We have Antonio. How are you? Are you with us, Antonio? Maybe not. It looks like other than that, we have introduced everybody, so we'll go ahead with the article. We'll see how far we can get into the article, and then we'll talk a little bit more about our opinion. So let me give you a link to the article, and then I will also pull it up on the screen share. So there's the link in the Verbling chat, and we'll start with, let's see, who will we start with? We'll start with Frankie. And would you like to read us this first passage?
All right. So, Guatemalan President Otto Perez Molina has never been soft on crime. The 30-year military veteran rose to power last year on the wings of his law and order platform, crystallized in his campaign slogan, Iron Fist, Head and Heart.
Okay, great. So after you, just to tell everybody what we're going to do, after you read, I'm going to correct any pronunciation mistakes that you've had, and then I will give you guys an opportunity to ask if you have any questions about the vocab or any phrases that you don't understand in the article. Okay, so your pronunciation was very good. I have no corrections for your pronunciation.
Oh, thanks.
But yes, are there any questions about the vocab in this section?
Yes, I have a questions. What mean law and no crystallized?
Crystallized.
Crystallized.
Okay, crystallized in his campaign. Can anybody explain what that means?
It's make a form. It's really, it really, it's something very really. It's a true. It's I don't know.
Yes, good. So it could be maybe realized in his campaign slogan. Okay, so crystallized
Okay.
or made real.
¿Sale? Ajá.
Okay, any other questions here? Everybody else good? Let's look at his campaign slogan. It says iron fist, head, and heart. What does that mean?
It's like in the hands is very strong. Many minds, many ways for fix the situation, but with the well take and put the attention with the heart. It's like I don't know. Carrots and punish. It's like that.
Right. So he's speaking on how strict he's going to be. So it says iron fist, head, and heart. So it means he's going to be very strict. He's going to rule with an iron fist or be very strict in his policies. Iron fist, head, and heart. Okay?
Rose to power.
What was it?
Rose to power.
Rose to power. Yes, rose to power. So to rise to power is to rise in position. Okay? So the 30-year-old...
Rise.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So rose to power, to rise into a position. Okay, good. Any other questions? Okay, if not, we'll go to next. We have Gustavo. Would you read us this next one?
Okay. And he recently approved the creation of 2 military bases, outfit with 2,500 soldiers to guard against the growing presence of drug cartels that have turned Guatemala into a trafficking corridor and fueled some of the world's highest murder rates.
Okay, good. Good pronunciation. Any questions here?
Fuel it or fuel it?
Fueled.
Field. Okay.
Right. So what does it mean, fueled? Anybody? Does anybody know? What does it mean,
it's
fueled?
like the fuel is like the thing you put in your car to make it work, like oil,
Right. So what would it mean in this
Flammable.
situation?
to make it work, like I don't know, to I don't know, to explain really.
Yeah, you're on the right track. You said to make it work, right?
Yeah.
So you can say here, it fueled some of the world's highest murder rates. So that is the thing that caused it.
Yes.
Could be
Okay.
flammable.
Right, fuel could be flammable. But in
Yeah.
this case, you wouldn't really say flammable. But it could accelerate. It could accelerate.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so to accelerate the murder rates.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Any other questions? Okay, we'll go to the next. Hamdi, could you read us this one?
Okay, sure. Since February, so Perez has coupled his tough talk on crime with calls for a drastic change in crime-fighting tactics, centered on the legalization and decriminalization
Mm-hmm.
decriminalization
Yes,
of
perfect.
drugs. Legalization, he insists, should supplement military buildup to stem drug-related violence in Latin America.
Okay, very good, very good. So I know that word decriminalization is kind of tricky.
Decriminalization. It's
Good,
very strict.
decriminalization. Okay, so in this passage, we're getting to the main point of the article, which is that
Not,
now we're
not
talking about what can we do to,
legalization.
right, legalization. What can we do to lower the crime rates, and maybe legalization, in addition with military support, might
Yeah.
help to reduce the drug-related violence. Okay, so are there any other questions here?
No.
No, teacher.
Okay, good. We'll go next.
Hello.
We have,
Hello. Hello.
hello, Vinod. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you? Actually, first time I'm joining this conversation. I'm from India.
Okay, good. Nice to see you.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
let's
Your good
go
name?
to Luz Marina. Could you read us this next one?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Can you please? Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, yeah, okay. In September, Paris proposed a drugs legalization and the UN General Assembly. The move injured Washington but was championed by the President of Mexico and Colombia, who appealed to the General Assembly with a similar mission.
Okay, very good, very good. I'll point out this word, who appealed, appealed.
Appeal.
Okay,
Okay.
so work on that pronunciation there, appealed. Everything else is good. Are there some questions? So we're talking about, we have Perez here. In the last passage, we were talking about him speaking to the legalization, and now he has proposed drug legalization. The move angered Washington.
Yes.
Okay?
Your country
So
also.
Washington, yes.
Your country
So
furious with this proposal.
U.S. was not accepting that proposal, but the presidents of Mexico and Colombia were appealing with a similar message. So maybe they were thinking along the same lines. Okay. Any other questions?
No, teacher.
Okay, very good. Next we have Naye. Could you read us this next one? Are you there, Naye? We'll come back to you. Next, we'll go to Renata. Would you like to read us this one?
Yes, for sure. And last week, Paris repeated calls for a shift in global war on drugs during a UN-sponsored gathering of regional leaders in Antigua, Guatemala. The current plan, he told the press, is not going to give us results.
Okay, good, good. So the only word I want to point out is this one right here, gathering, gathering.
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 Okay, perfect.
What does gathering mean,
So,
tutor?
Collect.
Collect?
right, to collect,
No.
to collect.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Okay, very good. Any other questions?
No, teacher.
What's the plan?
Can you ask again?
Perez يعني announced that the plan, the first plan, will not going to give us a result. What this plan? I didn't mention. What the plan?
Oh yes, the current plan, I think they're referring to without legalizing drugs, so only using military force.
So he mentioned that military force will not help them to fight the drugs and
Right, that's
cultivate the
what he's
drugs.
saying. So the
Yeah,
current plan being just
he wanted.
relying on police and military force. And so this is why Perez is suggesting that maybe we should legalize drugs because the current plan is not working.
A soft power.
Okay, any other questions?
No, teacher.
Okay, next we have Naye. Are you back?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Maybe your mic was muted.
Okay. Traditional drug police focus solely on prohibition, a method dictated by the U.S. since Richard Nixon created the Drug Enforcement Administration's 4 years ago, has run its course, they argue. In its place, Latin America has proposed a series of measures focusing on alternative strategies, emerging as the key player in the global reform movement.
Okay, good. Movement.
Movement.
Okay, and I'll point out a couple other words. Up here, we have traditional drug policy.
Policy. Okay.
Mhm. And then right here, they argue.
Argue. Okay.
Okay, very good.
Thanks,
So
teacher.
what are some questions here?
Argue.
Any vocab questions?
No, any question, teacher?
Okay, everybody else understand okay?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
teacher. Yes.
Very good. Next we'll go to Rosa. Would you like to read the next one?
Yes. Hannah Hitcher, Latin America coordinator for US-based drug policy alliance, recently returned from Uruguay, where she addressed members of parliaments on the drugs legalization movement in USA. More and more countries in Latin America are following their own diverse set of drugs policy, o como se diga, reforms.
Okay, good. Drug policy.
Policy, okay.
Okay, and next we have alliance. Look at this word.
Alliance. Okay,
Okay, very
alliance.
good. And one more word I wanted to point out, diverse, diverse.
Diverse.
Okay, very good, very good.
Okay,
So what are some questions here?
diverse.
Any questions?
No questions?
No.
Oh, teacher, it's clear.
Okay, very good. Next we have Vinosh. Would you like to read this next one? Are you with us, Vinosh? Maybe not. We'll come back. We have Emilio. How are you? Are you there, Emilio? Okay, then we'll go straight to Frankie. I hope you're there.
Yeah, here.
Okay, good. Can you read us this one?
Yes. So, yeah. While no Latin American nation has legalized drug yet several have taken steps to decriminalize narcotics. Argentina introduced a measure in Congress this year that will decriminalize the possession of drugs for personal use.
Okay, very good, very good. So as we had mentioned before, no Latin American countries have legalized drugs yet, but they're taking steps. They're taking steps to make it less of a crime. Okay, are there any questions here?
Narcotics, what does it mean?
Narcotics? Can any of
Yeah.
your classmates help you?
Is kind of
It's-
drug. Yeah.
Right. It's
Yes.
another word to refer to drugs.
It's a kind of drugs.
Right. So
What
our
does
narcotics
derive
are,
from? What does it derive from?
I'm not sure. But narcotics is referring to the illegal drugs. Okay? Any other questions?
No.
Okay, next we have Hamdi. Could you read this next part?
Chile's Congress. Chile's Congress, meanwhile, is what is this?
Contemplating.
Contemplating a bill that would decriminalize. Also, this is difficult. This is my fate. This is
You're doing well.
the cultivation of marijuana for personal use, and a Colombian court recently upheld a law that decriminalizes the possession of small amounts of cocaine.
Okay, very good, very good. I'm sorry you had decriminalized twice in that.
And the other words also. Can you please pronounce again?
Yes, contemplating. Contemplating.
Contemplating. What does it mean?
Contemplating is to think of. To think of.
To think of?
Right. So meanwhile, Chile's Congress, meanwhile, is contemplating a bill or thinking about a bill. Okay, so they're contemplating this bill that will decriminalize
Contemplating.
marijuana. Okay,
Marijuana or marijuana?
Marijuana.
J is silent.
Yes, the J is silent.
Marijuana.
Marijuana. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
Any other
what is a
questions?
contemplating? Contemplating means?
Yes, to contemplate is to think about something.
Oh,
In this
think
case,
about.
they're thinking about a bill. They're thinking about a bill that would decriminalize the cultivation of marijuana.
Thinking about. Okay.
Okay. What are some other questions? Any other questions?
No.
Okay.
Cultivation.
We'll go next. Was there a question about cultivation?
Yeah,
Cultivation.
What does it mean to cultivate?
Implant.
The cultivation is the growing of marijuana.
Oh.
Okay, so when if you're cultivating something, you're growing it like a plant.
cultivate.
To garden or to grow it. Okay, so they're going to decriminalize the growing of marijuana, the process by which you grow marijuana. Okay.
Upheld.
Upheld as a synonym for cultivate? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, the meaning of upheld.
Oh, the meaning of upheld. Okay, let's go back to the last. Upheld a law. To uphold a law is to pass it.
Pass a law.
Right. So to support it. Maybe not to pass completely, but in this particular court, they upheld it or they supported it. They passed the law.
Good.
Okay. Next, we have Naya, would you like to read?
Yes, teacher. Like Mexico, Colombia has also decriminalized the possession of small amounts of marijuana, but no country has proposed more drastic reform than Uruguay. President José Mujica's center-left broad-front party introduced a measures this summer that could not only legalize marijuana consumption, but also place the government at the helm of production and distribution.
Okay, very good, very good. So what are some questions here?
What is the elm?
At the helm of production and distribution. Is that right there?
Yes.
Yes, right. So that is putting them at the forefront or putting them in the position of production and distribution.
All right.
Okay, so it says it would not only legalize marijuana, but it would put the government in that position of production and distribution. Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, is there the place the government at the helm of? This is the helm of or the help of?
Helm, at the helm of production and distribution. So that means kind of at
What's
the
the
beginning or
meaning?
at the place where they're producing and distributing marijuana. So the government has an active role in the production and distribution. Instead of just legalizing it, they're going to have an active role in its production.
So help mean activation.
Right, it could be at the beginning.
The beginning.
Okay. Good. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, so next we have Renata. Would you like to read us the next one?
Yes. The bill, which would allow citizens to purchase up to 14 g of cannabis per month, materialized as the tiny nation of 3.5 million inhabitants scrambles to battle drug-related violence.
Okay, very good, very good. A pronunciation point here, materialized. We have the ed at the end, but make sure you don't add the extra syllable. So it's materialized.
Materialized.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, very good. And this word
Thank you.
tiny, tiny.
Tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tiny is that mean tiny, a little,
Very small.
pretty small?
Right, very small.
Okay.
The tiny nation, the very
Okay.
small nation.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Very
Inhabitant.
good. Any other questions?
Inhabitant.
Inhabitant. What is an inhabitant? Anybody?
A people that live in a place. Like,
Exactly. Somebody who lives in a place. So an inhabitant of this nation would be somebody who lives in that nation.
what does crumble mean?
Scramble. Scramble. Does
Yes.
anybody know what it means to scramble?
Pieces.
Resolve.
No, scramble is.
You can say pieces.
Resolve something.
Scattered, maybe.
Right, to scatter, to scatter. That's a good way to say it. So the inhabitants or the people who live in this nation are scattering or trying to battle this drug-related problem. It's
Correct.
saying an idea of chaos. There's some bit of chaos in this problem.
All right.
Okay, very good. Any other questions?
No, it's clear. No, thank you.
Yeah, sound good.
Okay, next we have Rosa. Would you like to read the next one?
Yes. Our central concern is how narcotics trafficking is progressively, okay,
Progressively.
progressively altering certain aspects of Uruguayan culture and society. Julio Calzada, Secretary General of Uruguay's National Committee on Drugs, tells Time.
Okay, very good, very good. So what are some questions here?
It's quite clear.
Okay, quite clear. Anybody else have questions? Everyone else is okay?
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, and at the end it says tells time. This article is coming from Time magazine, time.com. So that's what it's referring to there. Next we have Sarah, how are you?
Hey, great, good, thank you.
Good. Where are you from, Sarah?
I'm from Tunisia.
Okay, perfect. Nice to see you in class. Would you like to
Thank
read
you.
the next section?
Okay. The proposal aspires to regulate the marijuana market with strict state control, which would allow us to guarantee users marijuana access without being in contact with the criminal world.
Okay, great, great. So this is what we were talking about at the beginning of the class. So maybe the state is not actively, well, before we were talking about them actively being part of production and distribution. Now they're saying this proposal says that marijuana would be under strict state control. Okay, so the state would have control over the marijuana market. Any questions here?
No.
Okay, next we have Vinosh, would you like to read us this one?
Yeah, sure, I will do. The measure which would permit the government to regulate the estimated $40 million marijuana market will be debated in Uruguay's Congress for the next 6 months. Although party divisions exist, Calzada believes there is enough political support to approve some form of the bill next spring.
Okay, very good. A point about reading dollar amounts. Here we have $40 million. So you say the dollars after the number.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, $40 million marijuana market. Okay, good. Any other questions here? Everything's okay?
Yeah, next spring means next discussion or call, correct?
Next spring, we're referring to the season of spring. So there's support to approve some form of the bill next spring. Okay, so that's referring to the season.
Actually, I have one question. Suppose we have next discussion, project discussion, and next week about some build. Okay, we can say that spring call. Oh, sorry. I sprint call, that is different. Okay, sorry.
Oh, no problem. Any other questions?
No, it's clear.
Okay, it's good. We have a few more minutes left, so we're going to stop there in the article. You have the link if you would like to continue reading, but I just wanted to give everyone another opportunity to discuss what they thought about the article and if it has possibly maybe not changed your mind, but given you a little bit more information about this issue. So would somebody like to start by commenting about the article?
Yes, I like the idea of article. I feel more or less the same. It's a good idea to look for other alternatives or other things to do.
Okay, yeah, so the article is talking about, specifically in Latin America, they're trying other alternatives containing or including the legalization of drugs. So that's another idea. Anybody else want to comment?
Yes.
Go ahead, Hamdi.
Yeah.
Hello?
I did.
Hi, Emilio. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, good. Hamdi, go ahead. We'll come back to you, Emilio.
But I'm sorry, but I had problem with my head, with my microphone. With microphone, I've got a problem.
Oh,
but
no problem.
But you listen to me?
Yes, we can hear you. But
can you hear me very well?
We can hear you very well, but we'll come back to you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so Hamdi, go ahead and tell us your comment.
Yeah, I totally disagree with the.
Yeah, this is Vinod here.
With this article. This article or the presidents of most of South American countries now are preparing to legalize trading and possess drugs. I have a question here. Instead of legalized drugs, why we look for the solution more soft for this? I mean, why the addicts? We can send them addicts. We can send them to medication. Okay, instead of make a legalize cover for the criminal and make the drugs available in the market. It's not the way. We need people in good mind, in good health. Now we are destroying people with the drugs, destroying their minds. So I totally disagree. Instead of legalize a law to give a cover, legalized cover for the criminals. No, I disagree. You know, we must fight all the criminals and the cultivate of drugs, not to give them a cover, a legalized cover.
Okay, very good, very good. So you have the complete opposite view of these the presidents in these Latin American countries who are considering this legalization. Would anybody like to comment on Hamdi's comment?
Yeah, this Vinod here. I can. Shall I?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I agree with this legalization uh, for that medicine. Okay, because all the medicine should be in legalization. Otherwise, it would go or it will go like somebody use and illegally. So suppose somebody will manufacture in illegal way. Suppose that the ingredients, like what are all the ingredients they're adding in that medicine, they will take it from that medicine and they will reproduce some other medicine, or they use illegally. So every medicine should be in legalize, otherwise we don't allow to market.
Okay, so you think that we should be even more strict with the medicines that are legal right now?
Yeah, should be real legal, otherwise it would go illegal way.
Okay, so and about the article, I'm gonna guess you disagree with the article. You think that drugs should not be legalized.
No, should be
No,
legalized.
he agree. He agree with the article.
Oh, he agrees with the article.
I agree.
Okay, okay, good. So you're
Yeah.
in opposition to Hamdi.
Are you getting me what what I told?
Yes, I
Because
see now.
it
I
should
see
be
now.
legalized, otherwise. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, very good. Any other comments?
Can I? All right.
Yes, go ahead, Frankie.
All right. I agree with the article because I can talk about surveys. Here in the Netherlands, in Europe, they have legalized the marijuana, and now people use less marijuana than before. So I mean, less people use marijuana now that it's legalized, and maybe the people that buy marijuana are not buying it from bad organization. So, I mean, I agree.
Okay,
We
very
should,
good.
yeah.
Very good. So as you said before, your the article maybe supported your idea that legalization of drugs can reduce the crime that is in these bad organizations.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, very good. And we'll go to Emilio. Would you like to comment?
Yeah, but well, I'm late in this section, but I don't know what to say. But I don't know what you are reading the article about. But in my opinion, I know legalization about drug in South America could be.
Right, right. This is what we're talking about. So do you think that this legalization of drugs is a good idea?
I'm not agree with that legalization.
Okay, and why don't you agree?
Because it's very common to people to stay in the street and they asking money for another people. Sometimes it's complicated to legalize about drug, for example, marijuana and cocaine. Is that my opinion?
Okay, very good, very good. So thank you everyone for sharing your opinions. We're out of time, but thank you for joining the class, and I hope you have
Thank
a
you.
wonderful day.
Yes, we had.
Yes, perfect class.
Thank you, Audrey.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes,
you.
it was
Audrey.
nice to
Bye.
see
Yeah.
all of you.
Great class. Thank you. Bye.
Audrey,
Everyone, take care. Bye-bye.
And hi,
Bye bye.
hi, Audrey, this is Vinod here. I have one more last question.
Okay.
Actually, I joined in middle of the conversation, but it was good. Uh, I would like to join next session.
Okay, yes. So there's going to be classes. There's always classes. Are you new to Verbling?
Yeah. I have. I registered this.
Okay, yes. So if you're new to Verbling, there's always going to be classes going on. You can join anybody's class. There's a live class going on almost all the time. Also, if you would like to join my classes, you can follow me on Verbling, and you will know when my classes are.
Sure. Thanks for your invite.
Okay, good. I hope to see you again, Vinoji.
See you.
Yeah, sure. Definitely, I will be there.
Okay, bye-bye. See you,
Bye
Emilio.
bye.
See you.
Bye bye.
Take care.